What is good, YouTube? Doubles Collectible back with another card video. Today I will be getting into the start of my F1 collection. So as a lot of you guys have probably been knowing, F1 has been getting crazy traction inside the hobby. I just recently became an F1 fan probably like a month or two ago. Me, my friends, my family, we've all just been watching the Netflix documentary, was able to watch the first couple races. This season's actually going to be my first season following F1 from beginning all the way to end. I've never really been too into cars in general, but I just liked how fast paced the sport was, how there's like a whole like backstage element to it with all the engineers and the teams, and it's not really just the driver the way that you might think it is. It's actually more like a team sport with like how they actually build the cars, because you could be the best driver in the world, but if your car is slow, you're not going to finish first. So I've been really binge watching the Drive to Survive series. Finished it before this new season started. Ended up wanting to watch a little bit of this season before I started buying into cards. And I think now I'm comfortable buying the cards. I know which teams I like. Like for basketball and football, I've been watching that my entire life. So it's easy for me to try to see which players that I like, what prospects that I like. But with F1, it's different. I don't have a background in it. So I kind of just going off of players that I like, I said players, drivers that I like, drivers that I think might have some potential upside in the future, and then just like the teams that I like. So let's dive into it. I originally ended up going into singles instead of getting like a Topps Chrome hobby box, because those things are like 1,200. I was thinking about even getting a light box because those are a little bit more affordable, but with the recent price jump, I think those boxes started at $300, and now the boxes are up to like 500, 600. So I was just like, why don't I try to get around $500 worth of cards and then see how it goes long term, instead of kind of just like playing the lottery hoping that I get a really rare card, or potentially getting a bunch of cards of drivers that I don't know, don't like, and don't know if I should hold on to because I don't know if they have upside or this might be their last season. But yeah, let's get into it. So first card is off of the Topps Lights Out set. Really cheap card of Charles Leclerc. I'm a big Ferrari fan. That's a team that I decided I'm gonna stick with. I think I'm gonna be a Ferrari guy. So definitely trying to get my collection of him up. And most of the cards that you see are actually just gonna be Charles, because I think he's gonna be the number one driver for Ferrari for the future, and hopefully he ends up winning the whole thing this year. Another one. So as you can see, I'm team Ferrari, so I was like, might as well just get the actual Ferrari emblem. It's definitely a bit off-centered, but these next cards I'm about to show you are actually from a lot. I paid like $20 for 10 cards, so $2 a pop for all of these. First year Topps Chrome, can't complain about it. And that's another thing too why I actually wanted to get into F1 is I'm only 23, so I missed, the first edition Pokemon boxes, missed some of like those classic 86 Fleer. I missed that. Wasn't really that active or alive. I was 5 years old when, the LeBron Topps Chrome was out, but it's not like I would be able to just go out to stores and buy it. I'd probably have to ask my parents, who are immigrants and know nothing about the card market, so they would have just thought I was throwing money away. But F1, I'm actually alive and have enough money to be able to get my own. So these are the first ever F1 cards. So I thought, why not? It's a great spot, great opportunity actually for F1, because if F1 ends up taking off in the next couple of years, they get a lot more traction in the US and globally, which is already very big globally, but if it just gets better in the US, kind of like soccer, then I can just see the sport exploding. And then these original cards I feel like are going to appreciate really well. Like, I think the next thing I want to get is just a Topps Chrome hobby box of 2020 and just hold on to it long term. Just not even open it, just hold on to it and just see how it appreciates over time. But let's get into this lot. Been talking a little bit too much. All right, so nothing too crazy, just some of like the basic Charles cars. Some more Ferrari. It was just a Ferrari lot, so I was just like $20. Not bad at all. Get some of the Topps Chrome. None of them are portraits or anything like that from this lot because there's no way it'd go for $20. But you know, just to be able to get some cards into my collection, I'm in $2 on these, so it's not even like I'm gonna try to do a quick flip or anything like that. I can hold them, try some for $5 or something like that later down the line. But just so that I got, you know, a bunch of cards in my collection. Try to divvy it up. We got some nice driver of the day cards. And then this one is I got from my boy C-Rocks in an Instagram purchase. I ended up getting out of the, I believe he opened a light box, so I ended up getting this rookie Yuki Sonoda. I don't know how I feel about Yuki. I think he has some potential because he went straight from F3, F2 to F1. So he definitely looks like a decent prospect, but I haven't been around the sport long enough to really be like, yeah, he's a surefire, like, going to be the next guy up. We don't really know, or I don't really know. And I know he's on the smaller Red Bull team, so it's like maybe he ends up going up to the actual Red Bull team and then he can do something, but that's probably years away and we have no talent. So I just got the rookie card. Didn't want to drop too much money, but definitely a nice rookie card to have inside the collection so that if he does pop off, hey, I got his Topps Chrome. And then this one is a nice little checkerboard Lewis Hamilton. So I got these two cards off my boy on IG. Lewis Hamilton, the GOAT. I feel like you really can't go wrong with Lewis Hamilton cards, and I'm going to try to get some more Lewis Hamilton. But the thing is, he is kind of like the market because everybody knows that he's the GOAT. So if you want to end up making like a really nice collection of him, it's going to be pretty expensive because everybody wants Lewis Hamilton cards. They know that he'll probably appreciate the best because he already has so many championships. He's already established himself with winning, I think, like 7 in a row or 8 in a row championships. Like, you can't beat it, but sick card. I like the way it looks in the light. You can see how the color changes. Checkerboard, not bad. And then the next one, we got a little bit bigger Lewis Hamilton card. We got the track tag. So I believe this one I'm actually going to try to send to get graded. So this is really nice, clean. I like this insert. I feel like this insert might be able to appreciate well with all the different track tags. I might try to get one for Charles because I don't have his yet. So definitely going to be looking in to try to get his track tag. I might try to get more of Lewis Hamilton's. But yeah, definitely nice, clean card. One of my favorites in the collection. Hopefully I can get it as a PSA 10 and just hold on to it long term. Clean Lewis Hamilton card. Definitely still rooting for Lewis Hamilton, even though I like Ferrari, but it is what it is. So then we got another Charles. Just his car. And I figured with the car ones, it's like, usually when you open the boxes, you want like the first 20, because that's all the driver cards. But then I feel like these cars one I kind of slept on, because like it's the next set. Nobody really likes the cars, but this is what really makes a person, you know, what sets him apart from all the other drivers. It is his skill, but then it's also the car. If a person doesn't really have a nice car, they're not going to be able to perform that well, as you can see with how Mercedes has been doing this year. They started off as, you know, they are the GOATs of F1 in the past recent years. So then the fact that they have been kind of struggling this year just shows you that cars are really important and the engineering behind the cars are very important and how well teams can adapt to the new regulations, which I feel like Ferrari has definitely done a good job at. And then this is 2021 Topps Chrome card, but this one is actually a refractor. So I said, might as well, clean card. Like the way that the car looks. Refractor, not too bad. I'll take it. And then another, this is probably one of the bigger cards in my collection that I ended up getting. This is actually that same Topps Chrome card that I had earlier. That's from the second set, but this is a purple refractor out of 399. So just going in with what I said earlier, I feel like the cards are a little bit slept on and a little bit undervalued. So purple refractor number card, you know there's not going to be more than 400 of these cards produced. So I'm probably going to try to send this one to get graded and just hold on to it long term as well. So you guys definitely see it. I'm definitely a Ferrari guy. Definitely like Charles, and I think he is the best bet for a championship this year. Still very early in the season. We still have no idea. You know what I mean? Max can still come back and win it. Carlos Sainz, his teammate, can come up and win it. Lewis could still come back. You know, you never know. But I like the way Charles drives. I'm not too big of a Max Verstappen fan. I don't know. I think he's a little bit too aggressive of a driver, kind of too reckless for me. And he kind of complains a lot, so definitely probably won't have any Max inside of my collection. Even though he's a very good prospect, very good driver, and he is the champion coming in. But just for me personally, in my PC, I just won't have any of him. And the last and final card that I ended up picking up from this mail day is, as you can see, Charles Portrait, number 4 out the set, Sapphire. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful card. Really like it. Sapphire set, I think is pretty cool. I'm probably going to try to get one of the Aquas. Wow. This is a really, really nice card. I like the portraits, but I feel like with the little bit of the cracked ice, it just gives it that extra bang. So this is another one that I'm probably going to end up sending to get graded. Definitely want to see how this one ends up. And I'm kind of scared to get it graded because just I heard about how tough it is to get good grades on these F1 cards. So we'll definitely see. But I've seen a lot of people getting like PSA 8s, 7s, 6s on certain cards. So the quality control we don't really know about. If we can end up banging out the 10, then I'm pretty sure this card goes up to like $1,000. So we're definitely aiming for the 10. If we don't get it, doesn't really matter too much because it's staying in the PC for the long term anyways. So out of all of these, just my top 3 favorite ones are the 399 Refractor, the Portrait Sapphire, and the Hamilton Track Tags. If you guys enjoyed the video, please like, comment, subscribe. This is Double Collectibles. Peace.